Hello guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy. What is up guys, this is your boy Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So if you like any of those things, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Now, Tokyo Revengers. This has to be one of the coolest anime I've ever seen. I gotta admit, because like when I first heard about Tokyo Revengers, I mean the title was catchy, but then I saw images of it and I'm like, this is not that great. Seriously. I mean, and then I decided to give the anime a try, and holy crap, was I amazed. Jeez. I didn't expect it to be this good. Now, of course, it has flaws. It has some... It's got some flaws in its ideas, in its presentation. For example, like, at first, I was like, wait, this is about gangsters? Because in the beginning, the main character, Takeuchi, he's 26 years old, but then he does the whole isekai thing and travels back in time.
Huh?
To when he was 14, right? Mentally, that's it. That is. It's like his consciousness travels back in time. So like his 26-year-old mind is in a 14-year-old body. Yeah. Do the math. Anyways, so they're in like the 7th grade, 8th grade. I didn't exactly know what grade they were. I think they were like in high school or like going to be high school, because Takeuchi, right? Takemichi, he's 14 years old, so he's supposed to be in high school. And then Mikey is supposed to be like 12 years old. But so what? Mikey is in middle school, but he rides freaking motorcycles and shit like that. And honestly, I just kind of went along with it. I just went along with it because I like the whole idea. Of your consciousness time traveling, which really the reason why I went along with it is because it reminded me of the anime Erased. I mean, come on. I know you've watched Erase. In Erase, the kid, he also gets into an accident, but his consciousness travels back in time to when he was like 6 years old or something like that, 8 years old. And then he plays Sherlock Holmes and tries to solve a murder mystery. Now, so it worked in Erase, so I figured, okay, it's probably going to work here too, right? But then what ends up happening as you're watching Tokyo Revengers is that, yeah, sure, it almost doesn't make sense, like gangs, like high school gangs and middle school gangs. These aren't exactly the type of... I mean, you don't imagine high schoolers or people in like the 8th or 7th grade being in a gang, right? Or like, how cool is that gonna be? What the fuck are they gonna do? Steal some fucking... What the fuck are they gonna do? Steal some shit at the mall? But the thing is that you actually you fall in love with the characters. You love the characters so much, and of course Takemichi being the generic anime character who's always crying and cares a lot about people, much like Naruto and other generic anime characters, right? So Takemichi, there's nothing special about him besides his powers. He's just kind of like a loser kid who joined a gang, and he can fight, or at least he thinks he can fight, or at least he finds out that he can fight. Anyways, you get the point. What I found amazing in this anime was the, you know, trying to go back into the past to fix the future. So to have a better future, right? And much like in the real world, what ends up happening is that, you know, if you don't make good decisions, then your future is not going to be good. See, the point of this anime is that, you know, you like the characters because they're in a gang, and there's this whole drama, and you're kind of rooting for Takemichi the whole time. But it's gangs, and we all know if you join a gang, then, you know, you're just, you know, what do gangs do? Gangs are nothing. They're pretty much nothing, right? So Takemichi, he's in this gang, and he's really just trying to be cool, but he's traveling back in time to fix the problems in the past so that he can save somebody in the future, right? I think his girlfriend and a couple of other people he's trying to save in the future. But the thing is, like, when I finished watching the whole anime, the whole season, I said all of this could have been avoided if he would have walked away from the gang. But you're not gonna have much of an anime if he just, or much of a story if he just walks away from the gang, right? So he kind of has to go through the whole drama, right? Especially in the ending, which, spoiler alert, if you have not watched the ending of season 1, this is a spoiler, so here it goes. And I started thinking about that towards the very end when Kisaki killed Chifuyu and then shot, you know, Takemichi, right? And I'm like, the reason why all this shit is happening is because you're involved in a freaking gang, bro. Right? You're involved in a gang. So kids out there, listen very closely. Okay? Never join a gang. Okay? You're better off joining the chess team in your after school program, unless your after school programs have been defunded. In that case, I understand why you joined a gang. I can't believe I just said that. Anyways, so Kisaki kills Chifuyu, then Takemichi, and the whole time I'm thinking, well, this is all like game of revenge, because Chifuyu wanted to get revenge on Kisaki because he knew that Kisaki has something to do with the death of Baji, right? And then Kisaki knew that Chifuyu was after him, so then he kills Chifuyu. And so, you know, it's kind of like the cycle continues, right? And then even Takemichi himself, he himself got his revenge. You know, these are Tokyo Revengers. So at first you don't think so this will make a good anime. And there are parts of the anime where, like, the animation is really not that great. Right? Especially in the fight scenes, you know, when they're fighting this, you know, the Tonma versus Majin versus, you know, these groups of gangs just fighting each other. The animation, you can tell that, you know, the quality kind of goes down. Maybe they didn't have a good enough budget for the animation. But, you know what? It actually worked. It worked fine. It wasn't that bad. The animation's not that bad. But the thing is that you love the characters. You know, they're stupid, they're young, and you kind of see yourself in them a little bit. You know, I'm not saying that I used to be in a gang or anything, but you just see how kind of, you know, how, you know, they're not so much their life situation, but just how they are. A good example of this is Draken. Draken was raised by, let's just say, people in the adult industry, right? People in the adult industry. Use your imagination as to what I'm talking about. He was raised by those people. He never had a mother or father and things like, things of that nature. So it's no wonder that he ended up joining a gang. Because the reason why kids join gangs is for, number one, for protection, for status and power, for money, because their friends can help them make money. And if you're living in poverty, sometimes it's kind of beneficial to join a gang. Do not do it. Don't do it. I'm not telling anybody to join a gang. Please, don't do it. I'm just kind of speculating here as to why kids join gangs, right? So there's lots of reason why kids join gangs, but it always ends in violence, right? And in Takemichi's case, every time that he time traveled, his gang life always followed him, right? Just when he thought that he did the right thing in the past to make a better future, right? Here comes his gang life. Somebody in his gang or from some other gang did something to screw up his life, to kill somebody that he loves, that he cares about, and it's just sad. It's just sad. So kids, never ever ever join a gang. Yes, Daddy Andy said so. So pay attention. Anyways, Tokyo Revengers is a pretty darn good anime. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't usually watch these kinds of animes, but it's a pretty good story, and the characters are compelling. You do end up caring about the characters, which is why I recommend watching it, and which is why I enjoyed it. And Takemichi is just kind of like that, kind of like that dumb kid that you're just saying, man, shit, I really hope he doesn't do anything stupid, but then he goes ahead and does it anyways. So, yeah. It's a good anime. So just go and watch it. This is Andy Matrix. Make sure to comment below, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. Godspeed. What is up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can receive new future notifications. Check out the blog at andyartstv.com. Follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts or anything you want to say right below this video in the comments below. This is Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching. Godspeed, everybody. Godspeed.